Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of the podcast. This is episode 6, I believe. 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. My name is Joe, or Boris's Food in the server, and this is yet another solo episode. It's just me, so I couldn't make it this week, and everybody cried. But yeah, I'm here. I couldn't make it last week because I went on a family vacation to San Francisco, which I will be talking about today. But yeah, it's just me today. Hope y'all aren't too angry at that. But a lot's gone down over the past, I guess, 2 weeks now, right? Damn. 2 weeks. Um, but I did want to say I do have a guest planned for next week. I do have a guest planned. Um, and But yeah, so we do have a guest plan for next week, so we should be back to a regularly scheduled program starting next week. Um, but for now, yeah, you you're just gonna have to stick with 2 solo episodes, 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, so I went to San Francisco. I guess I could start off by talking about this. I went to San Francisco, and I think I might have mentioned this in episode 4, the episode with Alan, or Boris's brain. I think I mentioned this. So we went to San Francisco. We took off from here on that Sunday, and then we arrived that Sunday, and then we spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 4 days just um doing tourist things. And then on Friday we left. So it was a pretty jam-packed week. It was fun. Jet lag was kind of hitting. I ain't gonna cap, but it was so nice. San Francisco is such a beautiful city. The only thing I will say though, it's so dirty. Like San Francisco is so trashy, and that's kind of saying a lot um coming from where I live, because I kind of live in, I won't say the projects, but kind of a sketchy neighborhood, and then I live 30 minutes away from um Richmond, which is like notoriously dirty and like really sketch in some areas. But San Francisco was just so much worse than I had expected. And to be honest, that's kind of on that's kind of my fault, because there have been like tons of people who warned me about how dirty the city is, but I really didn't believe them, because I was like, how dirty could it really be? But I got there, and yet they were not exaggerating. It was pretty bad. But other than that, I'd say outside the city, beautiful. Well, one of the best places I've ever visited. And um, I took a lot of pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, I did upload um like a group of pictures for each day I was there, and that was kind of a way for me to kind of sit back at the end of the day in the hotel and kind of like, I guess, reflect on, not reflect. That's too philosophical. That's I'd say like uh like just look back at the things I saw and like appreciate them one more time with the pictures I took, and then I edited them, and I spent a good portion of my time at night doing that. So that was nice. And I also took my dream photo, which most people don't know what my dream photo is, but this was a dream of mine for around like 5 years now. It's a picture, and I'll plug my Instagram at the end of this episode if you guys want. Um, but my dream photo is a um picture of the Golden Gate Bridge, um from a place called Marshall's Beach, and Marshall's Beach is kind of like you can see Marshall Beach really easily, but it's kind of hard to get there. Because either you like have to go really out of the way from the trail that's been put there, or you can go all the way around like a 10-minute drive, and then walk down like a really long trail, and it was like super janky. It, like the steps were all wood, but that's not what was janky. They were like half of them were all broken, and some of the paths were really janky, but it took a while, but you can get down there. I got down there, and I actually tried to get down to Marshall's Beach on Monday, and I didn't know that second choice had existed, where you can go all around like with a 10-minute drive, since I'd never been there. So I tried to go out of the way and hike my way down, and yeah, nah, that wasn't happening. Um, I went back up to the trail, and I was like, screw it. I guess I can come back like 10 years later and do it myself when I have a bit more time. But and I was kind of sad about it because Monday was like the best day we had like weather-wise, because it was super sunny, temperature was perfect, there's a good amount of wind. Lighting just hit different that day. And so that day I had to settle with another place called Battery Spencer, which is another one of the most visited spots to take pictures from. And it was really nice. But ultimately I did want a picture from Marshall's Beach. And so on Thursday, actually, the last day we were there, coincidentally, we took that back road, and I saw like a sign pointing to Marshall's Beach, and I was like, wait, no shot. So I went down the trail. It was longer than I had expected. I was expecting like a one-way like shot straight down to the beach. But no, you have to follow this big ass trail like around the side of a hill. That's kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird. Sorry. But yeah, once you get down to the beach, you actually have to walk like, I want to say like another half mile down the beach, and then jump over some rocks. And that was where I wanted to get my photo. And I got it, and honestly, it turned out even better than I had expected, because the day was kind of foggy. The top was a little foggy, but it was just starting to clear up, so there was like a nice hint of obscurity to the photo, and and you know, I'd been waiting like 5 years to get this photo, and I tried to get as many angles as possible, and I'm still kicking myself for this. I didn't bring my camera, and obviously, to those of you guys who know me, I'm really into photography, and it might just seem really stupid and illogical for me not to bring my camera to my dream spot, to a vacation. But I just gotten an iPhone 12. Weird flex, I know. But I just got an iPhone 12, and you know, everybody popped off about how good this camera was for a smartphone. I was like, might as well put it to the test, right? And we had already had our max amount of carry-on bags, so I didn't want to like put more gear in with my camera and my lenses. And looking back, that was just a really stupid decision. Like I didn't have that was so stupid of me. But I don't know. It was just one of those things. Like, there was a better, like, to me, it was a better option. It was an easier option with my phone. It was more portable and stuff like that. And I had taken a few pictures like a week before, because I got the phone like a week before we went to vacation. But so I took a few photos, and I was like, damn, wait, this is actually kind of nice. The lighting was nice. The exposure control was good enough. And like the focusing was pretty fast. It was good. I still wish you can control the shutter speed on an iPhone, and that's asking a lot. But listen, it sometimes it's essential to get those nice photos. Um, but I took my iPhone 12 there. I took the photo. It was pretty good. It was actually no, it was really good. There were some really nice photos, but I couldn't zoom in as much as I'd wanted because zooming in just pixelates everything, and it sucks ass. So I settled for what I could, and I was, man, I'm still kicking myself. So stupid of me. But my dad called me back because I went down there alone because I was excited. I hauled ass down to the beach, and my parents caught up, and they were looking at me from the top of the hill. They're like, "Damn, how the fuck did he get down there so fast?" And so my dad called me. And I was like, "Yo, you probably want to come up now because the sun's going down. I don't know how long it's gonna take for you to come back, and high tide might be rolling around." High tide wasn't coming. I got super lucky. The lighting was just perfect. Like I said, the fog level, the fog introduced a level obscurity to the photo, and it was low tide. Most importantly, because Marshall's Beach, if it gets to high tide, you're like wading through water. Um, and the Pacific Ocean is cold as hell. It's hella cold. I stuck my hand in the water just to see how cold dude, it's freezing. I I don't understand how people be surfing out there or even going to the beach unless it's like 70 outside, which is another thing about San Francisco that I really enjoyed. It did not get hot there. Most of the time, actually, I had a jacket on because of how chilly it was. Um, it was like I think the highest got was like 65. Bro, it's just the greatest weather, the greatest weather. But um, that being said, it was really cold. It was colder than I'd expected, and obviously getting off the plane, so nice, so nice. It was so refreshing, and I was excited to finally experience San Francisco. But yeah, eventually it just got really cold. Um, but yeah, so on Monday, I guess I'll just take this like day to day, even though I skipped to Thursday. But on Monday, we decided to focus on the Golden Gate Bridge, taking photos mainly for myself. Did that. We went to Battery Spencer, and actually, on our like while we were finding our way to Battery Spencer, there was like a ton of different spots, and we actually took a detour. There's like a fork in the road where left you can go to Battery Spencer, right you can go to this place called it was a lighthouse. I forget the name, but it was a lighthouse, and so we take the road to the lighthouse, and then we get to a parking lot, and it says there's a half mile to the lighthouse. So we walk the half mile. It's bordering the side. The path is on the side of the mountain there, and you just see the cityscape of San Francisco and the ocean spread out in front of you, and it's incredible. It's honestly so amazing. We even saw a few seals down there on the rocks playing. So we have to be a little quiet because seals apparently scare easy. So we were quiet, and we walked down the trail, and then we get to this big ass metal door. Just a giant metal door. I swear it was hiding like the doorway to Narnia or something. It was huge, and the lighthouse is behind there. So my dad and I we're kind of me and my dad are kind of eccentric people when it comes to vacations. So us being our logical selves, we try to pry open the door with our hands, and it worked. No, I'm just kidding. It didn't work. So we turned around. My mom was really sad because my mom really likes lighthouses for some reason. She really likes lighthouses. So we went to go see it for her, and we got rejected. So there was that. The trail was beautiful though. So we walked back up, and we eventually get to Battery Spencer, and lo and behold, god damn it, I get up there, and I'm really excited because from there the Golden Gate Bridge is just so incredibly close to you. It's like, I don't know, it's really close, and you kind of feel really small next to it just because of the sheer size of one of the, what do you call those things? Like the famous parts of the bridge, the parts that like stand up, them things. That's like really close to you and it's huge. Um, and so I stood there, but there's a freaking fence there. Like it's not even a useful fence because like it covered the left like a fifth of the left part of the cliff there, and the rest was just open. They just put like a rope there, but no, instead they had to put a fence there to the left where the best angle for the photo is. That's where I want to take my photo, and no, there's just a giant ass fence there with locks on it. Thankfully, I don't actually no, not even thankfully. This was kind of useless. Someone had cut like a hole in the fence. I guess because they wanted to take pictures too, and that wasn't the angle I wanted. No. So I backed up, and what a battery is, it's kind of like there's a lot of batteries in California, or at least in that area. What a battery is, it's kind of like a mini fort, for the military, and so these are all abandoned, and so you can get up on the fort on top. They're kind of entrenched into the cliff, so it's like you can go inside or on top. So I go on top to get a better angle and get out the fence out of the way. So I solved the issue of the fence, but the universe that day was just like, nah, fuck you. There was a couple in the way. I think they were taking like their honeymoon photos or something, or I don't know, but they were there and they were taking like hella pictures. I swear they took like 50 pictures before they even moved from that one spot, and they didn't even move out of the frame. They just like they like turned around and looked at the bridge finally. But so he stood there and he was like, he carried his wife or fiance or whatever they are. And he carried her and they like take hella pictures. And so I didn't want to be like that one weird ass tourist kid taking pictures with an iPhone, and asking them to move when they have like a professional photographer taking pictures. So I really didn't want to be that guy. And so I was just like, I had to explain to my dad, like, let's just wait. Let's just wait for them to move, and then I'll get this picture and we can head out. Because at that point it was kind of getting dark. So what I eventually just ended up doing was, I decided to sacrifice a bit of the bridge, and I just cut off like the tiniest bit of the bottom of the bridge, and I just took a vertical shot of the standing part bit individually, right middle frame, and that was pretty nice. That came out really well, and for like 3 days before I took that Marshall's Beach photo, it was my new wallpaper, which I hadn't changed in like 3-4 years. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So we left Battery Spencer. Actually, before we went to Battery Spencer, we went to this little town called Sausalito. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but Sausalito, and it's across the bridge from the San Francisco side. And my parents actually, when they first came from Korea, they lived in Sacramento for a time, and my dad studied there, and that's where they lived, and so they came to San Francisco quite a bit, just to do some stuff, visit. But they had been to Sausalito multiple times, and back then apparently they said it was like the cutest little town where there was like one ice cream shop and one pizza shop, and that's it. It's like the smallest little town on the side of the mountain, and it was really cute. But no, we get there, we see the pizza shop that my parents were talking about, but no, it's a whole ass tourist destination with like Beverly Hills type houses along the side. It's beautiful, and in the view, it's right next to the ocean. The mountain is on one side, the ocean's on the other. The ocean breeze is coming in. It's cool. It's perfect. We went there. We got the ice cream from. It was a really famous ice cream shop, and they make everything in house. My parents had it 20 years before, and they were like, we have to go again. So we went again. I bought my mom a cute little Sausalito bag for $7, which was Pog. That was Pog. And she was happy with it. But we go and eat this ice cream, and it's let me tell you, I think honestly, on God, that was probably the best ice cream I'd ever had. Um, it it was just, I don't know. I didn't feel heavy afterwards. Sometimes you get like a big ass waffle cone with 2 scoops, and they be putting like two Mount Everest sized scoops on the waffle cone. The waffle cone is like barely hanging on. Um, and then you eat the whole thing. You're like, oh, that was good, but now I want to throw up. It wasn't like that. I had like two, like moderate mountains of ice cream. I'd say like Mount Vesuvius. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple Mount Vesuvius on my on my waffle cone. Um, and I ate that, and God damn, it was good. I got butter pecan. Call me basic, but it was so good. It was so good. Um, so me and my mom walked down the little road there on Sosalito, and you just pass by these insane houses on the side of the mountain, out looking into the ocean. You can even see the skyline of San Francisco in the distance there. And honestly, I like, up to that point, I was like, I acknowledged the fact that people lived like that, but I didn't accept the reality of it. Like that was the first time I had ever seen stuff like that, where it was like the top like 1% of people who actually live like that. That was crazy to me. The most insane view of just like everything. But so yeah, so we were walking down the road, and we see this big building with windows on the front, and there's the sign. It's a real estate sign, and it kind of like, it listed properties and houses for different prices, and they had like 3 different ranches, like an entire just plot of land. It was like 1,000 acres of just land that they offered. That was crazy. But the house that me and my mom were looking at, we were like, oh damn, it'd be nice if we lived here, $3 million. No. You know what $3 million can get you over here, or even in like Texas or something? They can get you like a whole property. No, stop it. No, California, no. Maybe it's just that area, but no. Speaking of prices, y'all tripping over there on the West Coast. I don't know if it's the entire West Coast, but California. I don't know if it's all of California, but San Francisco at least. What the hell are y'all smoking over there? For your gas prices to be $5 a gallon. Are you kidding me? The lowest I saw there was like $4.89. Bro, y'all are tripping. For comparison, the prices that we get here, in Virginia, I'm gonna just say it. I live in Virginia. We at one point, if we got below $2 a gallon, we were like at 189. 189. Now after the pipeline hack, it's like 220, 230 max, 230 a gallon. That was crazy. And bruh, y'all smoking that, y'all smoking some crack over there. But yeah, so $3 million, we were like, no. My dad came and picked us up, and then it was actually funny. There's on that road that we were on, it was the road out. You have to there's like a right turn curve, and then you take a left onto the highway. But on that main road, before you take that right turn, there's just like a mountain full of houses, the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. Just on the side looking out. I was like, damn, I really want a picture of that. But I got into the car, and there were cars behind us. So my dad, being the absolute G he is, he takes the right, U-turns as soon as he takes the right. Bro, the car behind us was pissed. But behind that car, there was no other car. We were home free. My dad makes the U-turn, makes another U-turn back onto the side of the road, and I get out. I swear, I feel like the greatest photographer in the world right now. I'm hanging out the window with my iPhone 12, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, snap, take that photo. And I get home, I edit it, and it was like, oh, came out perfect. Um, so that was a dub. That was a dub that day. And shout out Dad for being such a G behind the wheel. So yeah, after that, we go Battery Spencer, Lighthouse, Tragedy. We go home. But actually, no. Wait a minute. Story doesn't end there for Monday. On our way home, we get In-N-Out, and this was a big deal to me because my entire I won't say my entire life. Ever since I had Five Guys, I compared it to Shake Shack. I compared it to Burger King. They don't compare. Let's be honest. The only comparison here is Shake Shack and Five Guys on the East Coast. Whataburger, y'all can screw off. So up to that point, I believe that Five Guys had the best fast food burger in America. And I genuinely believed it. And I actually, contrary to a lot of people's beliefs, I do believe Five Guys has some top tier fries. I mean, those fries are actually kind of they're nuts. I really like the potatoey flavor. That it's like, so you can get crispy fries at Five Guys. By the way, you can ask for well done fries. It's not on the menu, but it's a secret menu item. You can ask for well done fries, and they'll come out like extra crispy. But I don't like that. I want to taste my potato. I want like a nice fluff to my French fries. Dip that in some Heinz ketchup, top tier, S tier, S plus tier. But the burgers are top tier, bro. A little less top tier after I've had In-N-Out. So, which brings me to my statement: In-N-Out has the best fast food burger in America. It's settled. I don't want to hear it. In-N-Out has the best fast food burger. So it was my first time, and that was like the only chance we were gonna have In-N-Out like that week we were there. So I was like, let's just go all out. I don't care how much it costs. My mom was like, she hadn't been there in 20 years either. So she was just like, yeah, let's ball out. Let's get every burger we can. So we get a cheeseburger, a double, an animal style double. I know that's not all out, but we weren't that hungry. Then we get regular fries, animal style fries, and then a strawberry shake. Milkshake. Wow, that was bad. Strawberry shake. And so the total comes out to be $24. And I was like, wait a minute, what? We just ordered 3 burgers, 2 fries, and a milkshake, and that comes out to $24? Bro, if I get a burger and fries at Five Guys, that's $25. In Virginia. I don't even want to think about what Five Guys is in California. But In-N-Out, yo, listen, that's crazy. That it's so cheap. It's so that was insane to me. And so food comes out. They actually messed up our order. We didn't actually order to go, but they gave us they gave us the meal in to go bags. So we were just like, F it, nah, let's just eat. But yeah. So my past statement of the fries at Five Guys being S plus tier, yeah, still stands. In-N-Out fries suck ass. Juicy Nicki Minaj after Taco Bell ass. Cardi B straight out of plastic surgery ass. They sucked. They sucked. I can proudly say Five Guys fries are so much better. Thank you very much. But the burgers, them raw onions, they kind of hit different. That cheese on the meat kind of hit different, and it's a perfect size, and it comes wrapped. Are you kidding me? Listen, I wish we had gone a second time, but we just didn't have the time. I had the animal style. My mom had the double, and she didn't order any cheese because she's lactose intolerant. And so I took a bite of the double first. I was like, I kind of need the cheese, but it was still banging. I take a bite of this animal style burger. I take a bite of this animal style burger, and I kind of contemplate my past life decisions, like for a bit. Like my life flashes before my eyes. Y'all ever had that moment when you just have you ever have a burger or food that just tastes so good, your life flashing before. I had one of those moments. It was like an out of body experience. It was so good. It was the best fast food burger I had ever had. Um, I I I kind of felt I kind of felt like I was betraying a loved one. I kind of felt like I was cheating on a loved one. Um, but yeah, no, In-N-Out is just better. Um, In-N-Out is just better. Now, the animal style fries, god damn, they were good. They're okay. So, if you don't know, Five Guys also have Cajun fries, which are actually kind of banging. I do like the Cajun fries. But these animal style fries, boy. Oh boy. Yeah. S++ tier, baby. Actually, no. I don't actually. I haven't thought about this. I don't know. I don't know which I prefer. Five Guys fries or In-N-Out animal styles fries. Both incredibly good. I think I would put them on the same tier, as in like, if I was to put it on like a tier list, they'd be on the same tier. But yeah, it was just In-N-Out is amazing. I want to go back. Now that being said, their milkshake sucks ass. It's just like strawberry ice cream blended up, put into a cup. Don't give me that, bruh. Like what is that? What is that? Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. So it was like a tie for In-N-Out. They had ass fries, ass milkshake, bomb animal style fries, bomb burgers. So kind of a tie. Now I don't like Five Guys milkshakes. They're just way too strong for me, way too sweet. But you know, yeah, I wish Five Guys was better, but it's just not. It's just not. Overall. So yeah, In-N-Out's my favorite. You heard it here first. Oh Jesus Christ. Sorry. Friend just texted me something about soccer, and I'm really into soccer, so sorry. So that's Monday done. Tuesday was really spent me anticipating an event on Wednesday. Which I will be talking about in just a few moments. But Tuesday, what did we do on Tuesday actually? Shit, I forgot. Oh, I know what we did on Tuesday. We went back to Sacramento, or I say back. My parents went back to Sacramento. I went to Sacramento for the first time. Sacramento was nice. It was a nice change of scenery for me because San Francisco is surrounded by mountains and ocean. Sacramento is more of what I know here in Virginia. It's like flat land, suburbs, trees, more trees, cracked roads, hot as hell. It was, yeah, Sacramento is more of what I'm used to, and large Korean population there. Large Korean population. There's like just like rows of Korean restaurants and Korean shops. That was kind of cool. But we visited we visited my parents' old church that they went to, and so there was a story behind the church. The church was like falling apart, like structure wise, like the building was like falling apart, and it became a caution, like a hazard. And so the Sacramento government put up a warning for them to either make renovations and make it like make it according to regulations, or we're gonna tear it down in a week. So they were like, I bet, say less. they piled all their money, my dad included, and so the next morning actually, they had people come over and they built the church, and all the deacons, which are like higher members of the church, they all came in and helped. All the ajashis, all the harabojis, which are like old men and grandpas in Korean, they all helped out and built. They helped out financially and physically, my dad included, and so my dad like actually put his blood, sweat, and tears into this building. But he moved. He had to move from Sacramento before, in the middle of it being built. So before it was finished, he moved to Philadelphia, and so that's where they had me. Um, and so they hadn't heard about the church after it was finished, and so they're like, "All right, let's go back, see how it is." Same building. My dad did remember the building. He remembered like all the like what he did there, how he built this, but it turned into a Catholic church, a Greek Catholic church. And my dad got pissed because he had heard that the old pastor, which is the pastor that my parents knew, I think he either got kicked out by the members, which is kind of bullshit, or he moved. He just moved. And so a new pastor came in, and obviously that pastor sold the church to a Catholic church that my dad had built. So yeah, my dad got genuinely pissed. I hadn't seen my dad that angry in a long time. My dad was genuinely angry, and that was the first time I'd heard him cuss out somebody that hard. Yeah, he like just immediately curse words came out, just absolutely destroying them, calling them sons of bitches, calling them fools, retards, idiots. He called them sons of bitches a lot of times. In Korean. So yeah, that happened. That I wasn't scared. I really found it funny because it's funny to see my dad angry when he's not angry at me. But yeah. So we went through all of that, and then we didn't really do much around there. We tried to find my parents' old home. They think it was taken down or like demolished or whatever, because we could not find it. Found the church. We had some Chinese food. Headed back, and that was that. Sacramento was nice. It was hot. And I've kind of explained this to the people that asked me about San Francisco, like personally. They're like, so how's the weather there? Was it really that hot? And I was like, no, San Francisco is hella cold. And they all look visibly confused. There's visible confusion. So I was like, yeah, the ocean currents in San Francisco, they actually come down from Alaska. So with that, the cold air blows down from there onto the land, and so it's really cool there, and it's nice. But obviously with that, you get a lot of fog and a good bit of rain, because the rain shadows, there's rain buildup. Anyways, yeah, so San Francisco is really cool. I tell them, and they're like, oh damn, okay, that's pretty cool. Or you go anywhere else? Is it like that everywhere else? I was like, no, we went out to San Francisco, and I was actually on the weather app to see, because I was curious as well. As soon as we entered the county, like near San Francisco where the weather was cool, immediately just switches to 99. It goes from like 67 to 99 immediately. That was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen. That's crazy to me. It was 67. We crossed the border. It was 99. So yeah, there was that, and I fell asleep with my jacket on in the back seat of the car with no air conditioning vents in the back seat. Sunlight beaming down on me. I woke up in a puddle. I woke up in a legitimate puddle, not peeing, but no, sweat. That back seat was uninhabitable by the end of that car ride. Uninhabitable. I swear. Or it was really habitable. There's probably some new life forms formed in that freaking chair or that seat in the back seat. New life forms. Aliens probably could come out that bitch. it it was so hot, so hot. It was like, I wouldn't really say it was that humid even. It was just pure, utter, extreme, excruciating heat bearing down on you from the sun. And it was so insanely hot. But it was bearable. And then once we got back to San Francisco, it felt like heaven. It honestly felt like heaven. I didn't want to leave San Francisco again, and we didn't leave it. So yeah. So that's the end of Tuesday. On Wednesday, now Wednesday was a very fun day. A very, very fun day. And I'll get to that in a bit. But actually, let me go on my Instagram and see what exactly we did on Wednesday. Oh, Tuesday. Yeah, we went down. Sorry. So back to Tuesday. We went to Lombard Street, the real squiggly street that you see sometimes in movies. It was an Ant-Man actually. He was driving the car real fast, and he took off with the car, and he tumbled down the hill. It was cool. And it's on Russian Hill, and it's beautiful, and their houses situated on either side, which is crazy to me. On another case of man, people actually live like this. They actually have to go up and down this road to get in and out of their houses. That's crazy. So yeah, I took a few pictures of that. There was a flower wall on the side of this house that was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, and I took a picture of that. That was pretty crazy. And yeah, so Lombard Street. That was the main highlight of my day, personally, because I didn't really have any memories in San Francisco or in Sacramento. So yeah, so that was Tuesday. On Wednesday was insanely fun. We started off the day by going to this Mexican restaurant called Tropisueño, which I'm also butchering the name of that, but Tropisueño. And I actually saw this restaurant on a vlog that Peter McKinnon did at San Francisco 3 years ago, and I guess that shows you how much I've been wanting to go to San Francisco. This has just been in the back of my mind for 3 years. It's a Mexican place called Tropisueño. Best Mexican food I've ever had. Best Mexican food. We ordered guacamole for an appetizer. Best guacamole I've ever had. I ordered 3 regular tacos with cilantro, onions, with chicken, and best tacos I've ever had. My dad got the chicken or the beef fajitas. Best fajitas we've ever had. My mom got the shrimp burrito. Insane. Best burrito we've ever had. It was the best Mexican food of all time. Also, I tried tapatio for the first time. Best hot sauce of all time. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I don't joke around with food, bruh. Tropisueño. If you're ever in the San Francisco area and you're looking for good Mexican food, go to Tropisueño. Insane. I want to go back to San Francisco just for this restaurant. It's that good. I want to try their enchiladas. I want to try their empanadas. I want to try their tostadas. I want to try everything. Okay? They don't have tostadas. But maybe they do have tostadas. I don't know. I might be capping on that. But Tropisueño, best Mexican restaurant ever. But then we went around the area. It was a really cool area. It was I guess people called it the heart of San Francisco. It was near City Hall. It was near where all the shops were. It was near some other building, some cultural center. It was cool. But across the road there was this big park with a waterfall at the other end of it, and it was great. But behind it and to the sides of it were Martin Luther King quotes from the speech that he did in San Francisco. And one of them actually, you can go behind the waterfall, and there are more quotes there, and they have it in different languages, so Spanish, Chinese, and there was one with Korean, and that was really cool to me. And so I'll read the quote actually in English, and I quote: "We must rapidly begin to shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. When machines and computers, profit motives, and property rights are considered more important than people, the giant triplets of racism, materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered." End quote. That's That's a really cool quote to me. And it kind of, he kind of predicted the future with this one, didn't he? Because nowadays it's just machines, computers, profit motives, property rights are considered more important than people, even with the BLM movement. Some of that just still wasn't enough, right? Which is sad. But this quote really does kind of encapsulate what should be prioritized in our world today. Um, and it's crazy to think that Martin Luther, the leader of the civil rights movement in the 1900s, um, they had the same issues that we have today. How is that? Why do we have those same issues? Sure, a lot of them have been solved, and a lot of compromises have been made and had, but it's still not nearly enough when we have the same issues occurring today than that we had 60 plus years ago. That's just not right. So, damn, I really went down the rabbit hole there. Moving on to a lighter topic. So after that, we went to City Hall, which we had seen on our way to Tropisueño that morning. We were like, we have to get pictures of City Hall. It's one of the most epic buildings I've ever seen. Like, I swear, it looks like it came out of like Russia or something. It's so like majestic. Not saying that like majestic buildings aren't in America, but this just had like such a regal feeling to it. Not even regal, it was more like, it's not regal, it's like so formal. Formal isn't the right word, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying. It was just so bold. It's a bold looking building, and it's impressive. It's bold, it's impressive, it's there, it's grand. There's a sense of regalness to it. There's a sense of nobility to it. But no, it's just City Hall. So yeah, and they had a whole park in front of it. There's like a road of sand with rows of trees next to it. It's with flags on the side. It was amazing. And we took some good pictures there. I actually had a decent picture taken of me for once. I'm not very photogenic. I'm not photogenic at all. But yeah, we took pictures of City Hall. That was really nice, but it was really cold and windy, and I'd forgotten my jacket in the car. My mom as well, so my dad took a lap around the park and picked up, and we went to the hotel. So this was the best part about the trip for me personally. Other than taking the dream photo. That dream photo was a picture in the making of 4 to 5 years. This next part was a hope that I had for as long as I'd known some of these guys. Which might sound corny, cheesy, just screw it. So, me, Shin, I'll go in order of the people you guys have met. So me, Alan, which is on the last proper episode of the podcast, his little brother Ryan, which June mentioned that he wanted to see, and then Shin, who we also mentioned with Alan. Shin is Alan's best friend, and he is a cowboy and a badass protagonist all at the same time. That's all you need to know. This plan had been in the making for, I'd say, around 2 months, or 4.5 months. So I told Alan and the rest of them that I was coming to San Francisco. I was like, y'all want to meet up since I'm in the area. And they were like, oh, damn, we live like 2.5 hours away, but oh damn, that sucks. I really don't want to make you guys, drive that far. And Shin, I guess you could take this as my formal apology to you. I'm sorry for making you drive out that far, that late. But when's the next time I was gonna come to California? When's the next time we were all gonna be even in the same state together? And so we were like, all right, let's see what happens. We'll agree on it for now. Let's meet up in San Francisco. We'll have a meal. We'll hang out. We'll chill. And yeah, so let's put that on the back burner, and we'll get to it. We'll get to specifics when the time comes. And so time comes, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks before I take off for San Francisco, we start making plans. At least I do. I didn't really let them know about anything. So during this time period, I believe me and Alan kind of agreed that we wanted to get Korean barbecue together because they don't have a proper Korean friend that who had ever taken them out to proper Korean barbecue too. So we're like, okay, meal part done. Now we have to get into the process of getting everybody together and actually executing this plan. And so we tell Shin, Ryan that we're going to Korean barbecue, and they're like, of course, I'm down. It's food, whatever, it's meat. So then we, as time gets closer, I invite Maud and Ellie to. So word gets out that we're meeting up, and everybody was like, "Oh, sick, that's dope." But so Ellie and Maud here, and they're also in California. They're the other friends in the server that live in California, and they live really close. They're like a 30-minute drive out, but they took the train, so getting there wasn't a problem for them. So we're like, y'all want to come? Y'all want to hang out, have some Korean barbecue, have some food, chill. You know what I'm saying? They're like, bet, we'll come through. And so we make plans. So we have 6 people, including me. So now we have to find a restaurant. So me and Ryan, Alan's little brother, we were about to play League actually, and we were waiting on Alan to join us. And so we're like, screw it, let's look at some Korean restaurants. While we're there, it's like a week out, or a week and a half, I'd say, out from going. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so I find this place called Honey Pig, and I'm familiar with Honey Pig because that's a really popular Korean barbecue place in Nova, or Northern Virginia, so like the DC area. It's called 굴돼지 in Korean, Honey Pig. And it's really popular, and it's really good. That is a trusted source of Korean barbecue. But I wanted to find like a place where they had all you could eat, and Honey Pig didn't really have all the side menus that I'd wanted, because I wanted to introduce them to a couple of stews, a couple of side dishes, the essentials when it comes to Korean barbecue. They didn't have that included with the all you can eat. So I find this other place called Kogi Gogi. And that place looked kind of legit. The name was real hip. It was kind of nice. It was in an all right part of town. We weren't gonna get shanked at night. That was a plus. And so we find this place, and we all agree on it. And Shin, Ryan, Maud, Ellie, they didn't really care. It was mainly just me and Alan who like cared about the quality of the food. I don't think even Alan cared that much. But I cared because I was the one introducing them to my culture, which we talked about with Alan. I was gonna introduce them to my culture, my food, my nation's food, and I didn't want to botch it, and I wanted a good experience for them and a good restaurant for them. So we decided on Kogi Gogi. So yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday passes. Wednesday, I already said, went to Tropisenio, amazing. The City Hall, came back, hotel. All right. Before we went to City Hall, or actually, no, let me preface this. Before all of this happened, when we let everybody know, Shin, Ryan, Ellie, Maud, we were like, let's wear our denim jackets. I don't know how this topic was brought up, but let's wear our denim jackets together and look like a bunch of degens in the restaurant. We were like, okay, bet. But I don't have a denim jacket, so it was called off. That plan was actually called off. Up until before City Hall, we went to the mall. Mall. It was a mall. And I found a dope ass denim jacket. It was black with like a brown collar. It was dope. It fit perfectly on me. It was the day of. I bought some new jeans there too. I was like, yes, it's meant to be. I'm wearing this thing. I text everybody, wear your denim jackets. The plane is back on, baby. The plane is back on. And so I roll out of the hotel wearing my denim jacket, feeling badass. And then I get out. And so I get to Kogi Gogi. Maud and Ellie get there first, naturally, since they live so close by. and so they're like sending me updates on where they are. They send me a picture of the sign, like they're outside the restaurant. We roll up, and I got butterflies in my stomach. I was like, damn, I'm really meeting some online friends right now. I hope they're not like catfishing me, about to kidnap me. I get there, I get out, and it's just like, it was so weird to me because Maud and Ellie, they just stood out to me because like I knew what they looked like. I didn't think I know what they looked like, but I knew what they looked like. I'd seen their faces before, but I like still, camera in real life is different. So I thought I wouldn't recognize them as much, but no, I roll up around the corner, I see them immediately. I tell my dad, park in the middle of the road, I don't care. I get out, my mom trades feet. They zoom out, my dad's out of there, gone. And I stand there, I walk towards Ellie, Maud, and lo and behold, guess who didn't wear a denim jacket? Maud. God damn it. Listen. I bought a denim jacket. I got hella excited for this, right? I was like, yes, we're gonna look like degens in the restaurant, all wearing leather. Okay? Listen, there was literally like 2 cows worth of leather on our bodies as we were eating more cow. Okay? There's levels to this. There's levels. Maud is fucking standing there in a tracksuit with some what do you have on, like Adidas track pants and a Gucci Mickey Mouse mask? Hell no, bitch. I felt betrayed, but I didn't give a crap because because I was meeting him, and I've known Maud for a long time. I'd say 6 years, maybe 7 years. We met on Paladins, on the Discord channel, and I don't know. I just known him for a long time. So yeah, I was like, damn, I'm finally meeting you. We talked. I've been friends with Ellie for a while now too, since Maud introduced me to her. And so wow, that was bad. So this is our first time meeting up. I was like, bet, how y'all doing? It was cool. So we go in, and the place is jam packed. There's a line outside waiting, and I got an indoor table, just because San Francisco is cold. I didn't want anybody to get robbed while we were there, So I got an indoor table, and I go in, and I asked the waiter, like, so I got a reservation here. What should I do? They're like, just sign into the waiting list. Bitch, what? I made this reservation on Sunday at the airport across the country. Okay, I don't want to join a wait list, bruh. I didn't actually say that. That's what I thought. So I was like, okay, bet. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go on the waiting list. I come back. I literally went to go ask the waiter. It was like 20 seconds worth of conversation. I come back. Maud has broken the tablet with the waiting list on it. I was like, I knew this guy was sketch. Shows up in a Gucci mask with a tracksuit on. Yeah, he's sketchy. He broke the waiting list. The Yelp app. And so we figured it out. Turns out he went to like a different. I don't know what he did, but we got back to it. I get on the waiting list. On the screen it says like there's a 110-minute wait. I was like, God, please no. And so I get a text. Whatever. Reservation set. We're on the waiting list. Now we're just waiting on the rest of the group. Alan, Shin, Ryan. And so me and Maud are following them on the Snap map. And on the Snap map, it says that they are at Golden Gate Bridge Park, which is where we're near. Like they're near there, and wow, they're gonna be coming from that direction. Or like, so if we're standing from the store this way, they're be coming from the right direction, from the right sidewalk. So we're like, okay, bet, let's look out for the car. Alan text, we're walking. Okay, bet, they're walking from the right side. Let's see where they at. We will start walking towards the right side to meet them. We get to a crossroads, not a crossroads, but like a street corner where we cross the street. And Maud all of a sudden goes, "Wait, what if they're coming from the other direction, or they passed us and we just missed them?" We're like, "Oh shit!" We turn around. Alan gets a text. We're here. Frick. Yeah, they're at the restaurant. We're like, "Oh shit!" We turn around and we beeline it. We beeline it back to the restaurant. And lo and behold, there they are, just standing around with like a couple of G's in their denim jackets. We dap each other up. It was dope. Couple of degens standing around a restaurant waiting to get in. Most of us underage. Well, not most of us, because Yeah, Ellie turned 18. I was 18. Shin's over 18. Alan's over 18. Me and Ryan are just, yeah, we're there. But we're there. Shin doesn't have a denim jacket on, so I confronted him about it, but he was like, "Nah, I have it in the car. I'll get it out when we take a selfie." I was like, "Okay, bet you brought one. Bet that's my guy." You know what I'm saying? Protagonist vibes. So we wait for like 10 minutes, and the owner or like the manager of the restaurant, he was like an ajashi, or like an old man, but like respectfully, like old man respectfully. That's what ajashi is, like respectfully. Um, so he comes out. He was like, "Joseph." That's the name I put my name under, and he didn't say Joseph. He said Joseph. And in Korea, the J sound, like when it's in an English name, they pronounce it as Y for some reason. They pronounce it as Y. So all my grandparents and my aunts call me Joseph, because my Korean name's too hard. They just call me Joseph. And so, this ajashi comes out. He was like, "Joseph." I was like, "Damn, yes sir, here I am, net." And it was like, "Oh, okay, there you are. How many people you got?" I was like, "We got 6." He was like, he gave me a confused look. He was like, "Oh shit, okay, wait, give me a minute." He turns back around. We don't see him for another 5 minutes. It was like, oh no, they brought more people than I expected. So we wait for the 5 minutes. He comes back out, calls us in. We get our seats. And as far as I can tell, it was like a legit spot, except the grill was a little small. It was a little smaller than I'd expected. Which was like that was first strike. Okay, first strike. Second strike, which isn't really a strike. This was my fault. So when you go to a Korean barbecue place, most of the times you'll sit on like barrels, which I know sounds weird, but they're like cushioned barrels and they're pretty comfortable. It's nice to sit on. And you can lift the cushioning off the top of the barrel to put your jacket in or your clothes in to make sure it doesn't smell like meat after. And so I tried lifting the cushion and it didn't work. So I was like, that's strike number 2. But towards the end of the meal, I actually find out that they did lift and I was just being a dumbass. So there's that one strike. Strike 1 for now. And so, waiter comes. We're like, yeah, we're all just gonna get all you can eat. I bet. Let's start off with some beef brisket, ribeye, get some beef tongue for Shin. That was after, but beef tongue, the works, the most beef products you can think of. So it comes out, we eat it. Beef was actually pretty good. I was happy with the beef. Happy with the side menus that came out. They had decent rice, which I was thankful for. Unlimited rice refills. Big green light. Big dub, big pogs. So I look at their side menu. I was like, okay, they have the essentials. Egg hot pot, which doesn't really make sense to me. It's just like a steamed egg in a hot stone bowl. So, steamed egg, essential. Doenjang jjigae, so like soybean soup, essential. They even had corn cheese, which is kind of dope. I never tried it, so I was like, all right. I acknowledged it, but I ordered the egg and the soybean paste soup first, because those are like the essentials. Egg comes out. Chin tries it. He was like, "There's eggshells in this." I was like, "Bitch, what?" Listen, for you to get eggshells and for you to actually like feel it in a steamed egg like that, that's hard. Like, it's hard to do. It is hard. But for you to be like actively crunching down on the eggshells, and I tried it after, and it was like, it was bad. It was bad. So that was strike number 2. They couldn't do a proper steamed egg. And towards the end, we concluded that it was burnt spots on the egg instead of shells. It was just really burnt. Anyways, strike 2. Strike 3. This was what really ticked me off. I wasn't mad. I was like, it was a good restaurant. It was a good restaurant. I'm not mad at the restaurant. I'm not like, I don't regret going there. But this soybean soup, one of the jankiest soups I had ever seen. Like, as a Korean, I'm sure it tasted fine. I actually didn't taste it, but Ryan, Alan, Shin, Ellie, Maud, everybody said that it tasted good. So I was like, okay, I guess it's decent. I didn't try it. I didn't really want to, so I didn't. But it wasn't more of a soup or a stew. It was just like a collection of soupy toppings, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It was that was strike 3 for me. I was like, okay, this place is not everything I'd hoped it would be. Still good. Meat was good. Meat was good still. beef was better than pork. So then we moved on to pork. Pork was okay. But then we get on to the marinated stuff, and we actually got the bulgogi and the beef round. We're like, oh, this bulgogi is fire. That bulgogi was absolutely nuts. It was incredible. And we also get the marinated pork belly, also incredible. It was great. The marinated stuff was top tier. I will say that. Their marinated meats were top tier. So there was that. So we finished the meal and it was good. So Ellie and Maud left early because we were there for a fat minute. We tried the corn cheese, tried different sides. We got a lot more bulgogi. Everything was good. We come out. It was dope. Sad that Ellie and Maud had to leave early. And we didn't get a selfie with our denim jackets. So Maud got off the hook with this one. But yeah, so we get out and we go to play some billiards. We play our billiards. We get to the hotel and we take some photos. And that was one of the funniest moments of my life with one of the pictures we took, or one of the pictures that Shin took. Shin was setting up Alan brought a tripod, which, bro, Alan is a genius. Alan brought it. He was more prepared as a photographer than I was that day. Like, seriously, he brought a tripod for the phone. Incredible. And my iPhone 12 did actually come in handy here because the night mode thing on this is actually pretty nice. And so hooked up the tripod, and Shin took a really funny picture of Alan, and then me, Alan, Shin, Ryan all together. It was funny. I didn't put those on Instagram because Alan looked stupid. I didn't want to, put that on Instagram. And I also didn't, in the second photo of the second funny photo, me and Alan were flicking off the camera. We were holding our middle fingers up to the camera, and some of my friends don't approve of that. So, yeah, I didn't upload those, but they are in the server, the chat channel. So if you guys look for it, it should be there. If you guys are really curious, you can ask me to send you these photos. But yeah, really funny. We got the picture. One of the best memories I've ever had. So grateful to meet those guys. And I hope we can meet again. Maybe you guys can come to the East Coast this time. Come over to DC, show y'all around. We have some good Korean food here, so I can take y'all for some good Korean food here, guaranteed. And I know some good spots. So, yeah. Hopefully we can meet up again. So so we get home Wednesday. That's it. Wednesday's it. Thursday, I already told y'all about Thursday. Thursday was lit. That was my dream photo. So Friday we come back home. There was a whole fiasco on the plane ride home, actually. So, oh my gosh, it was like in the middle of the flight. This lady in the back, we were seated towards the back, and so this lady in the last seat, she starts just going berserk. She's like, "Oh nah, bruh, you gotta get up. Nah, bruh, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Nah, you gotta get up, bruh. You gotta get up. Are you fucking stupid?" So I was like, what? Is he like snoring or something? And so the flight attendant comes out. They were hella late. I don't know what they were doing in the back, but they rush out. They're like, okay, what's going on here? A lady goes like, okay, nah, bruh. I was here. I am sleeping, and this guy comes over and touches my private part. I'm not gonna say the word, but private parts. And so everybody's like, oh shit. And so the flight attendant was like, "Are you kidding me? Did you really touch her?" I was like, "Damn, bro! Like, why? Why can't we just go to home in peace, man?" There was a whole fiasco on the way to San Francisco too. I'm not gonna talk about that because it was minor, but this was bad. Yeah, and so the lady, she actually got moved to business class, which I guess worked out for her, even though she got harassed. And I did feel bad for her because she was in the back seat. She was just trying to sleep, and those fucking douchebags had to do something to her. But yeah, they look like douchebags too. He got up, he was like, he rubbed his eyes pretending he was asleep. Anyways, plane ride was okay after that. There was a kid behind me who kept kicking the seats thinking that the person in front didn't feel it. whatever. I could deal with that. I just slept through it. I watched anime, listened to music. So once we land, there's like a 20-minute delay. That lady, turns out, calls the cops on the guys that touched her, which I don't blame her for doing. I completely understand that. And get on her to do that. And so there's a 20-minute delay from us getting off the plane. And so the police come and they take care of everything. You know, the guys get taken away, the lady gets taken away too. We get off the plane and everything goes smooth, and from there we get home. Vacation is over. It was amazing. One of the best vacations, I'd say second best vacation of my life, right behind my trip to Korea, my second trip to Korea. Because nothing beats family. In the wise words of Tom Toretto, nothing beats family. So yeah, behind that, San Francisco, best vacation I've had domestically, at least. So yeah, again, it was amazing meeting up with some online friends. I took my dream photo. You know, I finally executed the plan that I've been wanting to do since I'd known these guys. So that was always awesome. But yeah, that's about it for my vacation. And actually, that I wanted to talk about some other stuff, but that took up all the time that we have. So yeah, that's it from me. I ended up just talking about my vacation, but yeah, that was a nice little catch up. So that's the reason why I couldn't record the podcast episode last week. That's why Saya had a solo episode. But yeah, I'm back now. Like I said, I do have a guest plan for next week, so we should be back to a regularly scheduled program starting next week. Thank you guys for bearing with these 2 weeks, these back-to-back solo episodes. I do thank you guys for watching. That's been it. I'm Joe. Force is food. That's been it. I appreciate y'all watching. Peace.